And the reason why you're being held back from your true success is because you're more so focused on yourself than the true purpose of what you're doing. I notice us as salespeople, we get in these ruts. We're questioning ourselves. We're questioning our decisions. We're questioning if it's working. Things like that. I've definitely been there. You know, for those of you who have heard my story or know my story, there was a point in my career where doing an open house, it had gotten to a point where I was asking myself, why am I doing this? Or if I'm good enough for this. This isn't happening how I thought it would. I had to really like trace back where that was coming from. I was feeling like I wasn't getting the results that I thought that I would get, and it was completely changing just outlook on life. You know, just that voice in my head was becoming so powerful. And so I started researching. I'm talking about today, you know, I looked back and I was like, what was that? What is that called? Where is that stemming from? I ran across something that I was listening to on a podcast. I heard it coming out. I was like, that's it. That's what that thing is. It's called the imposter syndrome. It's that feeling of I'm not good enough. And most people won't admit that this is really what's behind it. But in actuality, if you start to trace things back, you know, I'm a big believer in the mind, right? Let's just take a fear of cold calling. None of us were born with the fear to pick up the phone and call somebody. We're most likely just born with the fear of loud noises, but anything else we weren't born with. You know, so something happened in our life that if you think and trace back to it, it may not even be like a call that you were on when somebody said something mean to you. It could have been something that you just watched, didn't really turn out good, or you hearing somebody yelling on the phone, or you interacting with people, you getting mad at a salesperson, and so you think everybody else is gonna get mad. Like something happened at some point in your life, and what that ended up doing was multiplying in different ways in your life and becoming a bigger issue than it really is. And it's not just cold calling, it's any limiting belief that you have or any fear that you have. You can trace that fear back to something specific happening, and you can link it to the next thing that happened and the next thing that happened. Now all of a sudden you have this almost phobia of doing something that is holding you back. Now, when I started tracing and linking all these ways together, and I can continue using cold calling as the example, some of you aren't cold calling, some of you aren't doing what you need to do in your business. You're dealing with this imposter syndrome or this feeling of you not being good enough. That feeling of I'm not good enough is the one thing that holds people back from true success in business. You probably ran into people, or you may look at other people and say, look at them, they are fearless. Look at them, they are this and that. Well, let me be the first one to tell you, for one, we all have fears. They have fears of their own. You probably have fears of certain things that they do. That's not a fear of theirs, but we all have fears. Nobody's truly fearless. But the biggest difference is what they do with that fear, how they handle that fear. That's what changes. The reason why you feel like you're not good enough, and the reason why you're being held back from your true success, is because you're more so focused on yourself than the true purpose of what you're doing. You have made this a me versus what truly needs to be done, versus that purpose of why you're in business, of what these people need, how they need your help. You're focused on you being scared. You're focused on you not being experienced enough, you not being knowledgeable enough. You're focused on all of these other things over the true purpose of what you're setting out to do. What is the true purpose of you making that call? Yeah, you could say, get an appointment, earn a commission, this and that. No, your true purpose is for you to help somebody make this move that they're trying to make. Your true purpose is for you to change their life in some kind of way. So why are you letting your insecurities stop you from helping someone in their life? People need help. That is how you're going to get your ultimate satisfaction with doing this. You're not going to feel like a salesperson. You're not going to feel sleazy. You're not going to feel like you're overcharging somebody. You are helping them in some kind of way. My team, I'm not just bringing on a team to get rich or anything. I'm bringing on and growing a team to help those people reach their goals. That's the true purpose. Is it scary? Hell yeah, it's scary. Every step of the way. Signing another employment contract with somebody to where now I'm on the hook for their salary, it's scary. But what? There's a true purpose behind it. And me, I'm not focusing on myself at this point. I'm focusing on the purpose. Stop saying to yourself things like, who am I to tell somebody to do this? I haven't gotten this certification, or I haven't gotten this training. Let me be the first one to tell you, you can accomplish so much without an official title, or without a 3-letter abbreviated, whatever you want to call them, at the end of your email signature. I've never taken not one of those realtor certification classes. Not one. I don't need someone to tell me that I'm an accredited buyer specialist. I don't need someone to tell me that I'm a certified luxury seller. I don't need to go pay somebody to give me a certificate that tells me that I can work with a elderly couple. None of that. Do you know what I do need though? And what you need? All you need is results. You can have that certificate and not have not one thing to show for it but a certificate and $800 out of your pocket. I want you to really think to yourself, what is the thing that you've been putting on the back burner because of your limiting belief?